everybody. Getting ready for this coming Sunday, which is the 17th Sunday of the year, if that has any significance for you. But it means we're in the church year calendar, practically halfway through the church year already. Wow. It ends with Advent coming up in the beginning of December there. So we're going, the year's going by quick, right? More than halfway through the year, because July is the 7th month already. Anyway, today I'd like to read from the Gospel of this Sunday. It's from the Gospel of John. As perhaps you remember, this year is the Gospel of Mark, year B, but Mark is the shortest Gospel, and so he probably wouldn't have enough writings to carry us through a whole year, so the church supports it by supplants it with other readings, and today we're going to John, and it really deals with the great bread of life teaching about the Holy Eucharist. So I read, chapter 6. John went across the Sea of Galilee. A large crowd followed him because they saw the signs he was performing on the sick. Jesus went up the mountain. There he sat down with his disciples. The Jewish feast of Passover was near. When Jesus raised his eyes and saw that a large crowd was coming to him, he said to Philip, "Where can we buy enough food for them to eat?" He said this to test him, because he himself knew what he was going to do. Philip answered him, "Well, 200 days' wages worth of food would not be enough for each of them to have a little." One of his disciples, Andrew, the brother of Simon Peter, said to him, "There's a boy here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, but what good are these for so many?" Jesus said, "Have the people recline." Now there was a great deal of grass in that place, so the men reclined, about 5,000 in number. Jesus took the loaves, gave thanks, distributed them to those who were reclining, and had also as much as fish as they wanted. When they had their fill, he said to his disciples, "Gather the fragments left over, so that nothing will be wasted." So they collected them and filled 12 wicker baskets with fragments from the 5 barley loaves that had been more than they could eat. We'll stop there. The Gospel of the Lord. An interesting gospel once again. The great, we call miracle of multiplication of loaves and fishes. Of all the miracles that Jesus did, this is the only miracle that is found in all 4 Gospels. Now, sometimes we can't distinguish where we read a miracle, what Gospel it's in. I think we assume that all the miracles that we read in one Gospel naturally will be in the other Gospels. Not at all. John has very few miracles also. Also with John, interesting point, he doesn't call these, what Jesus does, what we identify as miracle, he calls it signs. John does not use the word miracle, that Jesus performed the miracle. He performed a sign. And this is a sign. So what does that mean? Why the word sign and not miracle? Because a sign connotes that there's something beyond what we see with our visible eyes. All right? For the example, the loaves and fishes, it's a sign of what's to come, that Jesus will give even better food, the gift of himself, his body and his blood, to feed us, the sacrament. See? It's a sign. If he heals people, it's a sign that Jesus come to bring healing to all people, to remove the effects of sin. So it's called a sign. Anyway, and John also a little more detail, tells us a little different things. One, they went up the mountain. Okay, mountain, Jew hear that. Oh, mountain. You know who went up the mountain? It was Moses. He got the 10 Commandments. Jesus went up the mountain. So now Jesus is the new Moses, the one that came to redeem. And let me see what else I have to tell you about this. Notice that another point that only John offers on this miracle is I mentioned there was a lot of grass. They found a lot of grass because there's 5,000 men. At least in the Gospel of Matthew, it says 5,000 men, not counting the women and children. So we could have like 8,000 people. But remember, so this gives witness to the miracle that actually took place. We remember some things that happened. We remember these little details that at the time may not have struck us. Oh yeah, I remember that tree there, or the bird was singing. We remember some details when we look back at an incident. So here John is saying this really took place because I remember, this place unusually had this great patch of land, patch of grass. And so John does that. So he multiplies it. And how Jesus asked, Philip, how are we going to feed these people? Now he knew what he was going to do, but he'd like to test him, Jesus didn't ask him for advice or suggestions, like, oh, gee, I didn't think of that one, that's a good one. No, he knew. And so they find this kid with his lunch, probably some loaves and some fishes. And I thought about that. I wonder how the boy reacted. We don't know. He's there walking. He's probably tired. He's hungry. Hey, kid, give me your lunch. Jesus wants your lunch. Did he readily hand it over? He said, well, wait a minute, I'm hungry. No, I can't. I wonder what his reaction was. Seemingly sounded like there was no resistance, but I wonder. Well, what do you mean you want my lunch? Did he, give me that, let go. No, I want it, give me. No, he trusted. He trusted, handed over. And with that, Jesus can do this great sign, multiply, feed all these people, and have plenty left over, and they had as much as they wanted to eat as well. And so I think in our own life, right, Jesus asks us of things. Things that maybe we consider important to us, right? And are we willing to give it up, to surrender to Jesus? Or we say, no, this is mine, I need it. And Jesus says, well, are you willing to give me whatever I ask? All right? Your freedom, your will, your desires, your ambitions, whatever it may be. Your free time. And we can be very protective. All right? We have the church, many opportunity to serve. What makes you not do it? What makes us not sign up, be part of let's say a small group, because no, my time, my freedom, and we give God this, but not that. We draw boundaries. And this boy says, no, if you need it, I'll give it to you, even though I'm hungry and I don't know what I'm going to eat. If I give it to you, and that's it. And I think we're all protective of things in our life. We give God some things, but not something else. And the other thing I want to point out, you may not be aware of this, but for a while was very fancy. Forget the German theologian. He was a rationalist. You know what a rationalist means? They don't believe in supernatural miracles. There's some sort of natural explanation. And with this miracle particularly, it gained favor. I haven't heard it lately now, that really Jesus didn't multiply the loaves and fishes. The miracle was that he got people to share, that they all brought their lunch, and instead of hoarding and giving it, holding on to it, they all gave it one big thing, and now they have plenty for everybody. It's a nice thought. It'd be great if that's true, but they wouldn't be in all four Gospels and holding such high esteem. Has said nothing, and it says nothing about sharing. All right, and that always worries me when we try to shorten or dampen the miracles of Jesus and make it just on a natural human level. No, Jesus multiplied the loaves and fishes to feed us, and what's better yet, he has a greater gift for us. This is a sign. You think this is good eating, sustenance on a physical, earthly basis, but I'll give you heavenly food, the gift of myself, and I will feed you and you would not hunger. And that's the sign, that's what we long for. So as you're praying this Sunday, I invite you to examine yourself. So what is it that you hold back from God? It could be a certain sin in our life that we refuse to somehow let go, repent from, or change. We think, no, this is okay because I'm not, quote, that bad. No, Jesus is asking all of us, all from us, to give our all. And with that, he can do great things when we surrender in obedience. God bless you.